So I posted the video of my grandson Shiloh trying to crawl. My baby got he got two pairs of shoes under the living room table. He need to take those down the hall. But yeah, I posted the video of the baby trying to learn how to crawl, and he's getting better. Like last week, he was working on his footwork, and this week he's getting his hands and arms into it. He knows he got to use that upper body strength to kind of help pull himself along, but he doesn't know it's supposed to be like a coordinated boom, 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 boom effort, front, back, but he's gonna get it. You see, watch, look at the video. But yeah, I was thinking, I have to do some planning because of that, before he comes back here, and I believe it's gonna be that fast. So before the next time he comes here, I'm gonna have to have like I'm gonna call it a corral, but an area where he can be enclosed and, get a little bit of crawl time in and not, bother the dog or be stepped on or anything like that. And at the same time, he can do some crawling up on things, trying to, because he's really, really strong. And when he stands, it's almost like he's supposed to be standing because he's ready to walk. He's 5 months old. I mean, it's fine. And I've been, watching him closely because he was a preemie. So, I don't know what those 2 months in utero would have done for him differently. He's good though. He's really good. He's hitting his milestones. I don't know. It's me and my analytical mind. I just look at every single thing. It bothers everybody around me. I don't care. But that's how I process. So anyway, yeah, I got to find him a space where he can, be free and do and climb up on stuff. And then I was thinking about the climbing up on stuff part, and I realized, there's an early morning epiphany in that. Because while they're babies, we want them to explore, and we always offer them a nice, soft, cushy place to fall, because you're going to fall often till you get the technique. You might roll over and hit your head on the floor until you, got it perfectly down, right? So I was thinking along those lines, I need to make some kind of cushy mat surface for him to fall on while he's crawling around and trying to pull up on things and stand up and walk around in the enclosure. And it got me to thinking about these old kids, like, when they're babies and you're telling them, falling is okay, get back up, blah, blah, blah. You offer them that good soft place to fall down, and they don't have to have fear about getting back up. But when they're older, the thinking is a lot different. The balance is different. You have to move the scales a little bit, because when they're older, they can start forecasting and thinking ahead and rationalizing and having fear and anxiety about, the last time something bad happened. It's like, the babies fall down, they laugh, they get back up, they fall again. It's like a good old fun exercise, right? But the old people, and I mean those over 12, and I say old this time, but they fall down and they like, I don't want to fall again. I don't like falling. Falling's not cool. So they become comfortable. Like, for instance, when they are 20-something and they go out on their own, and you've been telling them the whole time that the world is a really tough place, and, you can't go out here with these attitudes and these expectations and then be surprised when it all goes to shit, right? But you've set them up with the expectation that they need to be cautious and they need to be maybe even fearful, but they need to look at this big old world as a place of dread, in a sense. You know what I mean? So they don't look at it like, fall down, get back up. They look at it like, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. And naturally, because they're thinking along those lines, they're going to fall and it's going to hurt. And then they're going to go, no, I'm going to just go ahead and come back home because, yeah, I'm not ready for this. But they don't realize that it's part of the growing. It's part of the learning. You must do it. You must do it repeatedly. Even if you fall, you must get up. or they get stunted in their growth. So, like, I was thinking, I ain't had this all put together naturally because, I'm still working it through, but let's talk it through together. So, how do we, A, provide a safe space for them to fall back without doing too much, keeping the balance? B, how do we make them understand that they must do the falling and the getting up in order to grow? And C, how do we help them understand that even though the surface beneath you is hard, we can give you the tools to help you stay up so you don't have to fall, or so you don't have to fall in the way that you hit your head on the floor. You can fall on your butt and you got cushion there and you just gonna get back up and it ain't gonna be a thing till you in your 40s and your bones be like, no, we don't like falling no more. We're just gonna take 3 months to heal. But that's later, so we never worry about it. But yeah, so we have to find a way to show them that they got to do the growing and they got to do the falling and the taking of the bumps, but we can show them how to insulate themselves properly so that they don't fall so hard or be so psychologically affected by the fall that they cannot move forward, right? It's tough out here being somebody's parent. I don't care how old they are. It's tough. And we don't get enough credit. I swear, I'm tired of people giving it like... we're going to talk about school briefly for like a second. Only in the sense that somebody at school always talking about it starts at home. I blame the parents. Man, shut up. Are you somebody's parent? Do your best and be quiet. What your support system look like? Because I know what mine look like. Mind your business. We got enough to do. Okay? So that's all I'm going to say about the schools. But anyway, yeah, people always out here giving parents a bad rap. But the parents be doing what they can, I'm sure. And back to these young folks. So, the babies, they're okay. How do we insulate the older people in a way that we don't treat them like babies? We treat them like adults. And at the same time, we give them the necessary protection and support and encouragement. Now, let me tell you just a couple of things came to mind today. I realized that the older people have very, very specific motivators. I know ultimately the two main motivators in life are pain and pleasure. But, it makes sense talking about this example in particular. But, the most popular motivator amongst young people that I have seen comes in dollars and cents. Nothing motivates a young person like money. Or I should be more specific. The control of a certain amount of money. Little teeny kids, you can give them 50 cents. They got 2 pretty shiny quarters to put in that bank on the dresser. And all of it makes so much noise and it's so heavy and it's woo. But them old kids, 20s and above, they all into the blue faces now. $100 bill, blue face. Yeah. So, I'm not saying bribe them, but I am saying, when we putting the carrot out for them to take the bait and start, moving forward and this and that, we probably should include how accumulating dollars can make everything in life so much better and smoother and faster. And don't get me wrong. If you've been here a couple of episodes about kids, I'm all for the independence and things, but I'm also not hard on money in the sense that, it buys you things so that you can accumulate things. Money is freedom, it's flexibility, and it's power. In one example for the young folks, money could be the difference between not knowing something and hiring somebody to help you to learn it. Master it even. Tutoring, instrumental lessons, whatever. You need money for those. Ain't no free stuff out here. You want to get better in something? Hire you a mentor, a tutor, a coach, trainer. Costs money. See what I'm saying? Power, freedom, flexibility. Things you want cost money. It's more than accumulating things. It's about accumulating skills, abilities, and even in the sense of counseling. You gotta have insurance or some nice money to get you a good counselor who can teach you these life skills, help you find your coping skills so that you can navigate this life. So it's not about money like that. It's about money like this. So yeah, we teach the people how to use the money for things that make sense, that will enhance and advance their lives, right? So maybe the falling is not so bad if you have a cushion of money to help you pay for somebody to help you get out of that thing. Or if you move out on your own and you find that, it's a little tougher because the 30 days go faster than you thought and you didn't make enough to sustain you. And now you need just a little cushion so you can come back with a different attitude because you have a goal and a plan in mind. You're not just hanging out at your mother's house for free. You hanging out there because it's part of your greater purpose now. You moving on to the next thing. But you need just a little bit of money to stay there while you build your stuff to go to the next thing. It's balanced, I'm telling you. You show them what they can have and what they can do and what they can be, and you dangle that in front of them as often as possible because pleasure and pain, motivators, money, motivator. If I can get this, if I can do that, I must get up to do so. I can't do that from down here on the ground. I can't go nowhere if I'm living here for free and I don't have no money to catch an Uber and I don't have no ride and I don't have that. Don't make the floor so cushy that they want to stay there and they got everything they need. Nah, player, no. Cushy enough so you don't damage something permanently when you fall. But still, you reaching for something. You know what I mean? You gotta have both cushion and something to reach for. So, you gotta know about your particular young person and what motivates them, the most. For my youngest, money is definitely a thing, but he doesn't understand how hard it is to come by money yet. He don't get that part. So for him, money will be more of a cushion that's hindering him than money being a tool that he can use to get ahead. He has to figure out, he has to learn, he has to be taught that you don't just get money. You got to find ways to make money. And I mean find ways, because ain't nobody just walking around offering no jobs for you to earn money so you can get some stuff you want. Everybody money precious to them because they work for theirs. So I need him to understand that, you're not just going to find $20. But call your grandmother and ask her if you can do something to earn $20. I'm sure she got something she needs you to move, pack, throw away, relocate, something any of y'all don't belong, something. Get your $20 the way you supposed to get your $20. And then you cherish that $20 because it go real fast. And when that's gone, you got to be more resourceful and get another $20 or more. So it's a dance. I swear I hate all of it. But it is what it is. You got to do what you got to do. But yeah, all of that came from watching that video and posting it about the baby learning how to crawl. So early morning epiphany is about the balance we need to show to get our young people to understand that they will fall many, many times. And it will probably hurt, but it doesn't have to cause lasting damage, and you must get up. You must. There are things you need to reach for. They'll help you identify what those things are because they talk about it all the time. They watch it on YouTube all the time. They, listen to music about it, and that little light in their eyes is just so obvious when they talk about it. So, yeah. That's something. It's something. The younger you are, the more you fall down, the more you get up. The older you are, the more you fall down, the more you want to stay down. Encouragement, motivation, and the proper amount of support. Age-appropriate support, not just unconditional support, okay? It got hurt a little bit when they're older, so they can know that the alternative is way better. Reaching is way better. than falling and staying put. And that's all I had to say. Got some ideas? Put them in the comments. I want to know. I'd like to hear from somebody who's raised their kids beyond their 20s and they been a good supportive, encouraging force. I want to know what you did. Have a great day.